general questions for this week, kind of going over some players and what you've seen from them. Your colleague with his first goal this weekend, how has he grown in the first month of play?
Yeah, Yuri's doing a really good job. I mean, I think when you really look at it, he's 18 years old. You know, he's away from home, living in another country, learning the language better. There's a lot on his plate. He's probably the youngest player in the American Hockey League, on top of all those other things. So we really like what he's doing. He's getting better, week to week. His practice habits, his competitiveness, his play away from the puck is improving. His play with the puck is very, very good. And that's why he was a first-round draft pick. But then you get to this level and the play away from the puck and how competitive you need to be, how much back checking and winning puck battles and all the little details to make you a great player instead of just a talented player. He's improving in all those areas. I think if you would have said that a month in, he's almost a point a game, he's playing 15 minutes a night, he's on a special teams, he's got an apartment, he's set up for a living, like all of that stuff matters to setting yourself up for success. So he's off to a very good start. We're very happy with where he's at right now. He's got to get a lot better, but he's off to a good start.
What about Cedarquist?
Cedarquist is doing a lot of good things. Hasn't necessarily as much translated to the scoreboard yet, but it's going to. You see it. You see it in games. You see the plays he's making. You see it in practice. He was excellent just today. I mean, he had a bunch of goals in tough small ice games today. So again, adjusting to the North American ice sheet, learning how to use that big body to play down low and to play in the offensive zone. I thought he and Brett Murray on a line together on Saturday had some real good shifts together. I like the idea of those two guys playing together because they both are really good below the hash marks and they both have good hands and good touch. So I think Moose is doing a lot of good things for us right now, and I think his game is just starting to take off.
You mentioned with Cedarquist and Kulik, they got to get a lot better. At what point in the season do you expect that from them, where you really start to dial in on them getting better?
Well, from day one, we work on them getting better. It's just a gradual process. It's you're fighting for little minute percentage points of betterment every day. And you don't see it on a daily basis. You don't see that you're getting better, but you come to the rink, you put time in the shooting room, in the video room, weight room, after practice, all that extra work on your habits and on your skill. And then all of a sudden, 3 months in, getting a half percentage better every week or every day after 3-4 months adds up to a lot, right? So I think they've gotten a lot just in a month. But I do believe that in my experience with real young players at the national program, like that late mid-November, December, January time is when a lot of the young guys take a big step up. There's some growing pains early in the first month or two. The ones that are real players, the ones that really do it right every day, usually make a big step in December and January somewhere.
The reunion with Brandon Davidson.
It was great to see Brandon Davidson. I like coaching a team that he's part of. He's such a winner of a hockey player. He's a winning hockey player. He's a winner of a person. He's a great teammate. Just getting to see him and give him a big hug was awesome. And especially with, the injury situation. And so 4 of our 8D that we started the season with are either out or up in Buffalo. And that puts you in a real tough spot. And especially with our young forwards, I thought that we need our D core to kind of help our young forwards grow in the early part of the season. And to get him and then to add Matt Barkowski, who is very similar to Davey in terms of his presence, his personality, the kind of teammate he is, all of those things. So to add 2 players like that is massive for our group because they're not only very good players, but they add leadership to our leadership core as well.
Looking at the next 2 weeks, 2, 3, and 4s, how do you strategize the goaltending situation?
I don't, Seamus and I talk about the goaltending situation on a weekly basis and kind of try to map it out. But Upi's going to get him a chunk of the game still. I mean, that's, he's got 6 of the 7. I think in 4 of the 6, he was outstanding. And I think in the 2 that he didn't look as good in, we were miserable in front of him. And we played like a young, immature team in front of him both those games. So we'll keep getting better as a team. And he'll play better behind a group that's playing better in front of him. And so I'm not too worried about our goaltending. I think we have 4 very, very good goaltenders that are either in Rochester or in Cincy, because Beck Warm is off to a fantastic start in Cincinnati as well, which is awesome. And it doesn't surprise me at all. So whether we have Upi or Subs is getting close to being healthy, or Hauser, obviously he played outstanding on Saturday, or Beck Warm, I feel great with all of our goaltenders in that.
What about Hauser's performance was outstanding on Saturday?
How calm he was. They're a chaotic team. They play a chaotic style. That's not a knock on their team. I like how they play, but it is chaotic. They whip a lot of pucks to the front of the net. They whip a lot of east-west plays, and the game can feel chaotic for a goaltender at that style. And I thought he was very calm in some chaotic moments and made some hard saves look pretty easy. And it's amazing when a goalie makes a hard save look easy. The guys come back to the bench and it doesn't even feel like it was a big scoring chance. It was like, that was no big deal. Where a goalie's diving and scrambling and making big saves, even though the puck doesn't go in the net, you come back to the bench and the heads are spinning a little bit like, what the heck is going on out there, right? And so I thought that Hauser was very composed and calm in chaotic moments, and that allowed us to play a composed game in front of him.
Do you think getting that little bit of time on Friday helped with that adjustment on Saturday, or do you just expect him to come out like that all the time?
I expect that from him. He's done it so much at every level. He does it since he does it here. He's done it in Buffalo. But that was in my mind as the game was slipping from us on Friday. I felt there was no need to leave Upi in with how poorly we were playing. And I also thought it might help Housey to get 10 or 15 minutes and feel the puck a little bit since he hasn't played a regular season game this year. So that definitely was part of the decision. Part of it was to get Upi out of there. He didn't need any more of that.